Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, thank you very much for your kind association. Let's get started with our Mangala Charan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam panghum langhayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. उद्दाम भाव पिशुनामलवल्गुहास व्रीडावलोकनिहतो मदनोऽपि आसां सम्मुह्य चापमजहात् प्रमदोत्तमास्ता यस्येन्द्रियं विमथितुं कुहकर्णशेकुः. Although the queens of Dwarka, with their beautiful smiles and loving glances, they were all spotless and exciting. And although they could conquer even Kamdev, Cupid, by making him give up his bow in frustration, and although even the most tolerant Shiva could fall victim to them, still, despite all their magical feats and attractions, the queens of Dwarka could not agitate the senses of Lord Krishna. Bhavadvidha Bhāgavata Stirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani Swantastena Gadabhrita. My Lord, devotees like your good self are verily holy places personified. Because you carry the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna within your heart, you turn all places into holy places. Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani. Tulayamalave na swargam na punarbhavam bhagavat sangi sangasya martyanam kimutashishaha. The value of a moment's association with the devotee of Lord Krishna cannot even be compared to the attainment of heavenly planets, na swargam, or liberation from matter, na punarbhavam. And what to speak of worldly benedictions? Martyanam kim utashishaha. What to speak of worldly benedictions in the form of material prosperity, which are for those who are meant for death. The value of a moment's association with devotee is immeasurable. Tiraskrita vipralabdha shapta kshipta hata api nasya tat pratikurvanti tad bhaktaha prabhavopihi. The devotees of Lord Krishna are so forbearing that even though they are defamed, cheated, cursed, disturbed, neglected, or even killed, they are never inclined to avenge themselves. Nasyadat pratikurvanti tad bhaktah prabhavopihi. Such is the power of Krishna's devotees. Punascha bhuyad bhagavadanante rati prasangascha tadashrayeshu Mahatsu yamyam upayami shrishtim maitrastu sarvatra namo dvijebhyah. Again offering obeisances unto all of you Brahmanas. I pray that if I should again take my birth in the material world, I will have complete attachment to Lord Krishna, who is unlimited, Ananta. Association of Krishna's devotees and friendly relations with all living entities. This is my prayer. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today, by the mercy of Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga, we are starting a new chapter, chapter 18 of the first canto of Srīmad Bhāgavatam. This chapter is entitled Maharaja Parikshit, cursed by a Brahman boy. Text 1. Shri Suta Uvacha Yo vai draunastra viplushto namatur udare mritah anugrahad bhagavatah krishnasya bhuta karmanah. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Shri Srīmad Abhay Charanarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaja Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Shri Suta Goswami said to Shaunakadi rishis, due to the mercy of the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, anugrahad bhagavatah, anugrahad bhagavatah, by the anugraha, by the mercy of Krishna, who acts wonderfully, Krishnasya adbhuta karmana, Krishnasya adbhuta karmana, Krishna who acts wonderfully, what happened? Maharaj Parikshit, although struck by the Brahmastra weapon of the son of Drona, Draun asta viplushto, even though he was struck by the weapon of the son of Drona, Ashwathama, and where was he struck? At what phase of his life? Matur udare, in the womb of his mother. What happened? He could not be burned. He could not be burned. Na mritaha. He could not be killed. Na mritaha. Even though he was struck. A child in the womb is very delicate. We are afraid even to give simple medicines to a pregnant lady. Right? We have to see, is it going to cross the placental membrane? Is it going to affect the child? We have to think twice. Those medicines that we give left, right, and center, oh, as soon as a woman is pregnant, oh, no. This is allowed, this is not allowed, this is allowed, this is not allowed. We have to be very careful because the child in the womb is very delicate, very susceptible. Imagine the most powerful weapon, Brahmastra, struck Maharaj Parikshit when he was most vulnerable. Dekho, look at the contrast. Aisa nahi ki some needle or some arrow or even some Divyastra, Brahmastra hit Parikshit Maharaj when he was a fetus in the womb of his mother. Matur udare. But namrita. He did not die. So Shri Suta Goswami is telling Shaunakadi rishis in Naimisharanya that how this was all happening? Bhagavat Anugraha. By the mercy of Krishna. By the mercy of Krishna. See, even a devotee is able to tolerate and not become vengeful. Tiraskrita vipralabdha, kshapta, kshipta hata api. Nasya tat pratikurvanti. A devotee tolerates, doesn't become vengeful. By whose mercy? By Krishna's mercy. By Krishna's mercy. Tad bhakta prabhavopi. This is the power of your devotees. This is the power, because Krishna gives that power. So here by anugrahat bhagavatah, Krishnasya adbhuta karmana, because this is Krishna. Krishna is adbhut karmana. He does wonderful feats. What did Krishna show? That even a Brahmastra cannot affect my devotee if I don't want it to affect. Rakhe Krishna, Mare Krishna Rakhe ke. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada Ji Maharaj writes, the sages of Naimisharanya became struck with wonder after hearing about the wonderful administration of Maharaj Parikshit, especially in reference to his punishing the personality of Kali and making him completely unable to do any harm within the kingdom. This is what surprised Shaunakadi rishis, that Kali personality came and Maharaj Parikshit defeated him, scared him, and negotiated in such a way that Kali could not do anything to Maharaj Parikshit. He could not enter, he could not exert his influence in the kingdom. This is wonderful. So the sages of Naimisharanya were eager to hear about Maharaj Parikshit more. And Prabhupada says, Sri Suta Goswami was equally anxious to describe Maharaj Parikshit's wonderful birth and death. Maharaj Parikshit is very unique, my dear friends. His birth was extraordinary. You agree? Whom he was protected. He was Vishnu Ra, one who was protected by Lord Vishnu. Birth was extraordinary. How about his life? Extraordinary. Trained by Yudhishthir Maharaj, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, Sahadev. Right? And Maharaj Parikshit, he empowered personalities like Janamejaya, Vajranabh, Krishna's great-grandson. He was enthroned by Parikshit Maharaj. Kali was defeated by Parikshit Maharaj. So his life was great, glorious. And when he ruled, his kingdom was like Ram Rajya. So Maharaj Parikshit's birth was glorious, his life was glorious. And the death of Maharaj Parikshit, his last 7 days, are the subject matter of Srīmad Bhāgavatam. Dekho, kya life hai Maharaj Parikshit ka. Birth is glorious, life is glorious, and death is supremely glorious. Death is Srīmad Bhāgavatam. The story of the death of Maharaj Parikshit is Srīmad Bhāgavatam, 12 cantos. Dekho, such a great personality. So, Shaunakadi rishis are eager to hear. And Sri Suta Goswami is eager to speak. This is perfect. When the speaker is enthusiastic and the audience are enthusiastic to hear. Speaker enthusiastic to speak, like that. Very nice. This is a wonderful combination. Text 2. Brahma kopothitad yastu takshakat prana viplavat nasammu mohoru bhayad bhagavat arpitashaya. Translation. Sri Suta Goswami is telling Shaunak Adi rishis, furthermore, Maharaj Parikshit was always consciously surrendered to the personality of Godhead Krishna. This is important. Consciously surrendered. Bhagavat arpita ashaya. Consciously surrendered to Krishna. And therefore, he was neither afraid nor overwhelmed by fear. Na sammo. Moho. Ru bhayad. He was not sammohit and he was not bhayad. He was not afraid and he was not bewildered, overwhelmed. By who? Takshakat prana viplavat. He was not afraid of dying with the venomous sting of Takshak, the snake bird, who was destined to bite him. Why? Because of the immature fury of a Brahman boy. Brahma kopothita adyastu. From Brahmana's cope, anger. Anger of that little shringi. Inexperienced, foolish boy. Sri Suta Goswami is saying that Maharaj Parikshit was not afraid of Takshak. Maharaj Parikshit was not bewildered by Takshak. Maharaj Parikshit was not affected by the curse of the Brahman boy. He was not affected by the anger of the Brahman boy. Why? Because he was Bhagavat Arpita Ashaya. Ashaya, his heart, his consciousness was Bhagavat Arpita. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Mai Arpita Manobuddhir, Mam Eva Shasi, Asamshaya. Mai Arpita Manobuddhir. If you offer your mind and intelligence to me, Mai Arpita Manobuddhir, Mam Eva Shashi, Asamshaya. Definitely you will come to me. Krishna says Bhagavad Gita. Mai Arpita Manobuddhir, Mam Eva Shashi, Asamshaya. So because Parikshit Maharaj was Bhagavat Arpita Ashaya, his consciousness was arpit, offered to Krishna. He was not afraid, he was not affected. Even when he was given the death sentence. Hari Bol. This is the test. That the worst thing happens and we are still not bewildered. Purport. This is, my dear friends, a golden purport. So we are going to read every word. Every purport of Srila Prabhupada is golden. But because of time, we have to choose. This purport, especially, I liked. So we are going to read the whole purport. So please listen carefully. Srila Prabhupada says, a self-surrendered devotee means Atma Samarpit, Atma Samarpan. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. Atma Nivedanam. One who is surrendered, Sharanagat Bhakta. A self-surrendered devotee of Lord Krishna means a Sharanagat Bhakta is Narayana Parayana. Another word for a surrendered devotee is Narayana Parayana. Such a person is never afraid of any place or person or even death. Who knows this verse from Srīmad Bhāgavatam? This is a verse. This Prabhupada sentence is a verse. Yes, Satyarupa Mataji and Janani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Narayana para sarvena kutaschana bibhyati swargapa varga narkeshvapi tulyartha darshinaha.
Very nice. Very nice. Na kutaschana bibhyati. They are not afraid anywhere. Na kutaschana bibhyati. Bibhyati means to be afraid. They are never afraid. Anywhere. Swarga, apavarga, liberation, narka or hell. Apitulyartha darsha. Equal. They are all equal. Send me to the heaven, send me to the hell, give me liberation, whatever you want, Krishna. Doesn't matter. So Narayana Parayana. Narayana Parayana. It's a very beautiful verse of Srīmad Bhāgavatam. Who spoke this verse? Anybody knows? Narayana Parasarvena Kutashana Bibhyati. Yes, Kirtida Sundari Mataji.
Lord Shiva to Parvati Devi.
In reference to?
Because Parvati Devi cursed Maharaj
Jai Ho, Jai Ho, yes. Chitraketu Maharaj. Very nice. Such a wonderful pastime. And we are going to study it in our Bhakti Vaibhava. Haribol. So, Narayana Parayana. Narayana Parasarve. Na kutaschana bhibhyati. See, Prabhupada's every sentence is Shastric. Therefore, Guru Sadhu Shastra. Sadhu always speaks Shastra. Guru always speaks Shastra. Such a person is never afraid of any place or person, not even of death. For him, nothing is as important as the Supreme Lord. For a devotee, nothing is as important as Krishna. And thus he gives equal importance to heaven or hell. Why? Because the pure devotee knows well that both heaven and hell are creations of Krishna. And similarly, life and death are different conditions of existence created by Lord Krishna. Aham bija padaprit. Aham bija padaprit. I am the seed giving father. Sarva yonishu kaunte aham bija padaprit. Okay? And mrityu sarva harascha aham. That is also Krishna. He is the seed giving father and he is death. Dekho. Look at the beauty of Krishna. He is aham bija pradapita and he is mrityu sarva harascha aham. Aham bija pradapita, mrityu sarva harascha aham. Krishna is life, Krishna is death. Therefore, a devotee says, Maro bhi rakho bhi, jo ichha to har. Nitya dasa prati tua adhikar. Kitna beautiful. This is so beautiful, Prabhupada's purport. How Prabhupada is giving us so much ecstasy. Explaining to us. A devotee for heaven and hell is equal. One wonder how it can be equal. Apitulyartha darshan. How it is possible? Prabhupada is saying. Because a pure devotee knows that heaven and hell are creations of Krishna. Life and death are creations of Krishna. But in all conditions and in all circumstances, remembrance of Narayan is essential. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara. The Narayana Parayana practices this constantly. Means the Sharanagat Bhakta practices this constantly. Practices what? Krishna Smaranam. Smartavya sadatam Vishnu. Vismartavya na jatuchit. Never forget Krishna. Always remember Krishna. Maharaj Parikshit was such a pure devotee. Now look what Prabhupada says. Please listen carefully. Parikshit Maharaj was such a pure devotee. He was wrongfully cursed by an inexperienced son of a Brahman. Prabhupada doesn't even say inexperienced Brahman. Brahma Bandhu. Inexperienced son of a Brahman. Who was Ashwathama? Son of a Brahman. Who is Shringi? Son of a Brahman. They are not Brahman. He was wrong. Prabhupada is giving verdict. He was wrongfully cursed by an inexperienced son of Brahman who was under the influence of Kali. Dekho? You remember the statement of Srila Radha Govind Maharaj? कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि वो परीक्षित महाराज के मस्तक पर कली आकर बैठ गया था क्योंकि जरासंध का मुकुट पहना था. ये तो गलत है. वास्तव में कली श्रृंगी के मस्तक पर बैठा था. कली में कहां सामर्थ है? परीक्षित के मस्तक पर बैठ. वो तो परीक्षित के चरण चाप रहे थे. कली क्षमा करो, क्षमा करो, क्षमा करो. Remember? So see how the statements of the Prabhu Padanugas are so much in line. Somewhere you search, you will find Prabhupada has made that statement in the purport or in Katha. Our Guru Varga will never say anything that is different from Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada has given verdict. Maharaj Parikshit was a pure devotee. He was wrongfully cursed by an inexperienced son of a Brahman. Each word of Prabhupada is important. Son of a Brahman, not Brahman. Son of a Brahman. And inexperienced. Who was under the influence of Kali. Shringi was under the influence of Kali. Not Maharaj Parikshit. Shringi was under the influence of Kali. And Maharaj Parikshit took this to be sent by Narayan. Who can explain this? This is brilliant, what Prabhupada is saying. Who can explain? I will go into ecstasy if someone can explain this. Yes, Kirtan Sundari Madhuri, please. Explain what Prabhupada is saying here.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So here, Prabhupada is saying that Maharaj Parikshit knew that he was like he's saying that he was wrongly cursed by an inexperienced son of Brahmana who was under the influence of Kali, and Maharaj took this to be sent by Narayan. Means he saw Krishna's hand behind the curse of Shringi.
Yes, this is the important thing, my dear friends. Are you understanding? Dekho, look at the sentence very clearly what Prabhupada is writing. Maharaj Parikshit was cursed by a son of a Brahman, Shringi, who was under the influence of Kali. But Maharaj Parikshit took it as a something sent by Narayan. Is Parikshit Maharaj saying that Shringi cursed me under the influence of Kali? Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pashyati. Seeing Krishna's hand in everything. Never forgetting Krishna. Kitna, this is so beautiful. Maharaj Parikshit so wonderful. He is not taking it कि अरे यार ये कली ने सब कचरा कर दिया. इतना अच्छा मैं राज्य कर रहा था, सब पानी फेर दिया मेरे. ऐसा नहीं. अरे यार, why bad thing is happening to a good person? Like Krishna is calling. Suitcase लेके तैयार, चलो. That is devotee. Always ready to leave. Krishna's whistle blows, Krishna's flute blows, I am ready. No attachment here. No attachment. We want to become like that, my dear friends. Anytime Krishna calls us, even though we may have children, we may have husband, wife, parents, friends. Today, if Krishna says, I am going to meet you in the form of death. Yes, Krishna, I am ready. But this is my bag. A bead bag is my bag. I don't need to pack any other bags. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is the sthiti we want. Yes. Like Maharaj Parikshit. Ready with his bag. Let's go, Krishna. Whenever you call, I am ready. No conditions. This is so beautiful. Reminds me of a story I read in Bhaktamal about Sant Namdev. Once a Brahma Rakshas came to Sant Namdev. And Sant Namdev saw this black, big, early morning he was going to take his bath in the river. And this Brahma Rakshas attacked. And he was so intoxicated, Sant Namdev, he was thinking of Krishna, Krishna, Vitthal, Vitthal. Vitthal also is black. And this Rakshas also was black. He said, oh, Vitthal, you have taken the form of a Rakshas. He did Shashtanga Dandavat Pranam to that Brahma Rakshas. And immediately that Brahma Rakshas became Vitthal. It was Vitthal only who was testing his devotee. Can he see me or does he get afraid? No. This is a devotee sees Krishna everywhere and Krishna is so pleased when a devotee sees. Prabhupada was like that. Who can tell? When death was coming to Prabhupada, Prabhupada was seeing it as Krishna. Who can tell? Prabhupada Lilamrit. Ādi Lila. I call it Ādi Lila. So many times I've discussed. Yes, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was in that palace, that house. His wife said, I won't come because people are telling there is some ghost there. So Srila Prabhupada went there and he was writing Bhagavatam and he was doing, and the Rakshas came. But he was not afraid. He chanted and he helped that ghost also to get out of that ghost body and gave Harinam.
Okay, that is nice. But here Prabhupada is liberating the ghost. But I'm saying that death is coming and Prabhupada is saying that Krishna is coming. Yes, Sanatan Nitai Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Prabhuji, नया घर ले लिया क्या?
Sorry, actually nowadays I'm using this account for office meetings as well. My client has a Zoom meeting, so.
Hari
Sorry.
Hari.
So Prabhuji, yes, this is when Srila Prabhupada was frying puris and there was bombs. They were dropping bombs.
Yes,
and
World War II.
Yes, World War II. Prabhupada says that Krishna is coming to meet me.
Japanese
Everyone was hiding in there.
Yeah, Japanese fighter jets were bombing Calcutta.
Yes.
And the British government, they had created bomb shelters. And whenever the Japanese flights would, bomber jets would come, the siren would ring. And everybody in Calcutta, they would take shelter in those bomb shelters. And Srila Prabhupada's wife, kids, they would run. And Prabhupada's wife would tell Prabhupada, ki, chalo, jaldi niche, let's take shelter. And it was Prabhupada's time to make bhoga for his Radha Govinda. So Prabhupada would be frying puris and he would say, that's fine. I am making puris and kachoris for Radha Govinda. If Krishna wants to meet me in the form of the bomb, I'm ready. I'm not leaving Radha Govinda. He was offering. So this is Narayana Parayana. So Parikshit Maharaj is seeing the curse as sent by Krishna, not by Kali. This is beautiful. Beautiful. We become bewildered, angry when we see something different from Krishna, or when we forget Krishna's hand in a situation. Very important lesson for all of us. Maharaj Parikshit knew that Narayan, Lord Krishna, had saved him when he was burnt in the womb of his mother. And if he were to be killed by a snake bite, it would also take place by the will of Lord Krishna. Very simple. Maharaj Parikshit is thinking, dekho, in the womb of my mother, I was killed by that Brahmastra, but Krishna saved me. Gada Bhrita. With the Gada he was going and he saved me. Now, if Krishna wants to save me, of course he can save me. And if Krishna wants to kill me, Krishna can kill me, no problem. He had full realization. Rakhi Krishna mare Krishna rakhe ke. The devotee never goes against the will of Lord Krishna. Anything sent by Krishna is a blessing for the devotee. Just the other day we were discussing in Prabhupada Lilamrita, there's a story in the Ante Leela of Srila Prabhupada. When Srila Prabhupada was leaving this world, one leading sannyasi requested Srila Prabhupada, please Prabhupada, stay with us longer. It's there in Prabhupada Leela. Please stay with us a little longer. And once Prabhupada said, okay, Jai, all the devotees, Jai. And Prabhupada stayed, started eating, started recovering also. After some time again, Prabhupada said that, now I want to go. The sannyasi, leading sannyasi, again told Srila Prabhupada that, please Prabhupada, stay. We are fledgling devotees, disciples. We are new. We need more training. Don't leave us right now. Stay longer. Finish Bhagavatam translation full. And then Prabhupada said that, no, it is natural for me to die. I am almost 82. I am in my 82nd year in this body. This body is now just flesh and bones, skin and bones. There is no flesh, only skin and bones. It is natural for an old man like me to die. So we will not go against the rules of Krishna, nature's law. So now I don't want to postpone my stay, prolong my stay in this world. Very important. Prabhupada says a devotee never goes against the will of Krishna. So Prabhupada knew that Krishna is calling him. So he didn't want to go against the will of Krishna. Anything sent by Krishna is a blessing for the devotee, whether it is life or whether it is death. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit was neither afraid of death nor bewildered by such things. That is the sign of a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. देखो कितना clear है Prabhupada's purport. So if someone asks, what is the definition of a pure devotee? Golden purport 1.18.2. पढ़ लो. Pure devotee, first of all, is a Sharanagat Bhakta. First sentence, Prabhupada says. Self-surrendered devotee is called Narayan Parayan. A devotee is Sharanagat. First. He's never afraid of any situation. He's not afraid of death. For him, pure devotee, nothing is important as Krishna. Who is most important? Not my health, not my wealth, not my family, not my prestige. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundari. Janam means family. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundari. What is important? Mama janmani fere bhavatat bhakti. Ahay tuki toi. Ahay tuki bhakti toi. Nothing is important. Heaven, hell, doesn't matter. In all conditions, remembrance of Krishna, remembrance of Narayan, sign of pure devotee. And sees everything that happens to be sent by Krishna. And everything sent by Krishna is a blessing. Never bewildered, never afraid. That is a sign of a pure devotee. Hare Krishna. So beautiful this is. Narayana Parayana. A pure devotee, Narayana Parayana. Self-surrendered devotee. Sharanagat Bhakta. Text 3. Utsrijya sarvatah sangam vidnyata jita samstiti vayasaker jaho shishyo gangayam swam kalevaram. Very beautiful verse. Furthermore, Srila Sutta Goswami is continuing speaking. Furthermore, after leaving all his associates, King Parikshit surrendered himself as a disciple. He became a disciple, Shishya. Disciple of who? The son of Vyasadeva, Vayasaker. The son of Vyasadeva, Shukdev Goswami. He became Shukdev Goswami's disciple. And thus he was able to understand the actual position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he went to a holy place, Gangayam Swam Kalevaram. He went to the bank of Ganga, surrendered to the son of Srila Vyasadeva, Vyasa Sunu, Sri Shukadeva Goswami. And how did he go? Utsrijya Sarvataha. Giving up everything. Giving up everything. Sarva Dharman Parityajya. And what did he do? Vidnya Ajita Samsthiti. What is the actual position of Ajit? Ajit is a name of Krishna, one who is unconquerable. Isn't this beautiful? Parikshit Maharaj, Utsrijya Sarvataha, gave up everything. He went Gangayam Swam Kalevaram. He went to the bank of Ganga, and there Vayasaker Jahau Shishyo. He became the disciple of Vayasaki, the son of Vyasadeva, Sri Shukdev Goswami. And what did he do? Vidnyata Ajita Samsthiti. He understood Krishna in Tattva. Janma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Yo Vetti Tattvataha Tyaktva Deham Punar Janmanaiti Mameti Swarjuna. Purport. This is the success of Parikshit Maharaj. Perfect disciple. He got a perfect guru, perfect place, holy place on the bank of Ganga, and heard the perfect Shastra Srīmad Bhāgavatam. Purport. The word Ajit is significant here. The personality of Godhead Shri Krishna is known as Ajit or unconquerable. And he is so in every respect. Krishna is always unconquerable. But in Srīmad Bhāgavatam, my dear friends, there is a jewel of a verse which I want to share with all of you. This is a verse worth remembering, worth memorizing. Srīmad Bhāgavatam 10.14.3. This is the prayers of Lord Brahma. Very beautiful. Here, Brahmaji says that Krishna, who is Ajit, he becomes Jit. Look at the cursor. Krishna, who is Ajit, becomes Jit, becomes conquered. Unconquerable Lord becomes Aham Bhakta Paradhin. He becomes defeated by his devotee, conquered by his devotee. So let's read. Jnane prayasam udapasya namanta eva jivanti sanmukharitam bhavadiyavartam sthane sthita shruti gatam tanuvan manobhirye prayasho ajitajit. असितय स्त्रीलोक्याम. ये प्रायशो अजित जितोपि असितय स्त्रीलोक्याम. He becomes Ajita, becomes Jita, becomes conquered. So let's see the translation. Brahmaji is praying. Those who, even while remaining situated in their established social position, sthane sthita, grahastha hai to grahastha, brahmachari hai to brahmachari, vanaprastha hai vanaprastha, sannyas hai, जैसे हो, अमेरिका में हो अमेरिका में, इंडिया में हो इंडिया में, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, स्थाने स्थिता. If we stay where we are, but we engage in the process of bhakti. Those who, even while remaining situated in their established social positions, throw away the process of speculative knowledge and with their body, words, and mind. Tanu, vak, manobhi. If they remain where they are, but with their body, mind, and words, they offer all respects to Shruti Gatam, to the descriptions of the personality of Godhead, Krishna, and Krishna's activities, dedicating their lives to Krishna Katha, these narrations, which are vibrated by you personally and by your pure devotees. Yes, this Bhavadiya Vartam. Bhava means a very respectful address to Krishna. Aapki Varta. Bhavadiya Varta. Krishna Varta. And Mukharitam, who chants this Krishna Varta, Krishna Katha, Sat, the devotees. And therefore, because it is Sat Mukharitam, the devotees are saying, what is the association of these devotees called? Sat Sangha. Sangha of this Sat is called Sat Sangha. So what is Sat Sangha? Where the pure glories of Krishna, where there is Krishna Varta, Krishna Katha. That is Satsang. So if we stay where we are, but with our body, mind, and words, we are engaged in Krishna Katha, in Krishna Nam, then what will happen? We hear from the pure devotees, such a devotee will certainly conquer you. Brahma is saying. Jita will conquer you. Oh, Ajit, you become conquered. Although you are otherwise unconquerable by anyone. Trilokyam, in the three worlds. Nobody can conquer Krishna. Nobody. But a person who engages in Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu can conquer Krishna. There are so many examples. Aham bhakta paradhim. Na parayeham. Nirvatya samyuja. So many times Krishna says. So like that. Very, very important verse this was. So, the devotee never goes against the will of the Lord. Ajit, we are on verse number 3. And it is so in every. Further down in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, knowing the transcendental position of Lord Krishna and the transcendental method by which one can approach that transcendental dham, King Parikshit was confident about his ultimate destination. And by knowing this, he could leave aside everything material, even his own body, without any difficulty of attachment. Hare Krishna. Without any difficulty of attachment. He was able to give up. Why? Because he understood Krishna and Krishna's abode and how to get there. If this knowledge is there, then a devotee is confident. Look at Kadambakanan Maharaj, His Holiness Kadambakanan. Got a diagnosis. Just look at his videos, few days before his departure. I'll show you something. But it's really, as a doctor, I cannot explain this. How someone can be so fearless. Kidhar jayenge? YouTube. Kadamba. What is that? He was at Kusum Sarovar, no? Kusum Sarovar. Ye dekho. February 6th. Few days, few weeks. Stage 4 cancer. मस्त बैठे हैं कुसुम सरोवर पे हारमोनियम लेके मायादास उदास, कृष्णदास बिंदास. देखो बिंदास.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I put this at night when I शयन के समय, बस कि हे कदम कानन महाराज ऐसी कृपा करो कि we also become abhay. Someday we are also going to get notice, or many of us will not get notice. Suddenly the heart will stop, stroke आ जाएगा, heart attack. There should be no fear, no attachment in this world. No attachment in this world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Ajit becomes Jeet. So we should know about Krishna, Krishna's abode, and how to get there. Bhajaner madhya sreshta navavida bhakti. Krishna prem, Krishna dite dhare mahashakti. We get Krishna by practicing navavida bhakti. So what is there to be afraid? Further down in the purport, Srila Prabhupada Ji Maharaj says, unless one thoroughly understands this superior or eternal energy of Krishna, it is not possible to leave the material energy. Param drishtva nivartate. If we want to make progress in Krishna consciousness, we need taste. We need to get some taste. Otherwise, how we will remain fixed? Maya will keep alluring us, attracting us. So we have to thoroughly understand the superior energy of Krishna. And that comes by chanting Krishna Nam. That comes by worshipping the deity of Krishna. That comes from reading Srīmad Bhāgavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita in the association of devotees, my dear friends. Bas. What is that? Nama Kirtan, Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan, Bhagavat Shravan, Mathura Vasa Shri Murti Ra Shraddhaya Sevan. 5 things. This is called Panchanga Bhakti. Sadhu Sangha, association of devotees. Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan, Harinam Ashray. Bhagavat Shravan, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam regularly. Nityam Bhagavata Seva. Mathuravas, visiting the holy places, staying in the holy places. And Shraddhaya Shri Murti Ra Sevan, faithfully worshipping Shri Vigraha. If we do this, then fir baat ban jayegi. It is very difficult to find Krishna from the Vedic literatures, but it is very easy to know him by the mercy of a liberated devotee. Like Shukdev Goswami. What verse is this? Quickly. Count until 6 Goswamis. 1. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghu Yuga Shri Jiva Gopalako. Are? Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto. It is very difficult to find Krishna from Vedic literatures, but it is easy to be known by the mercy of pure devotee like Shukdev Goswami. Brahma Samhita, Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Nava Yauvanam Cha. Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhaja. Text 4. Nottama-shloka-vartanam jushatam tat-kathamritam syat sambhramonanta-kalepi smaratam tat-padambujam. This was so because those who have dedicated their lives to the transcendental topics of the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, Narayana Parayana, topics of Krishna, Uttama-shloka-varta, Udara-charitam, of whom the Vedic hymns sing, Uttama Shloka, and who are constantly engaged in remembering the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Smaratam tat padambujam. Smaratam tat padambujam. Remembering the lotus feet of Krishna. Such devotees do not run the risk of having misconceptions even at the last moment of their lives. Syat sambramo antakalepi. They cannot have misconception at the time of death. It is not possible. No. No. Syat sambramo antakalepi. No. Not possible. This was so because those who have dedicated their lives to the transcendental topics of personal devoted Krishna, Uttama Shloka Varta, of whom the Vedic literature sing, and who constantly are engaged in remembering the lotus feet of Krishna, Smartam Tat Padambujam, they do not run the risk of having misconceptions even at the last moment of their lives. At the time of death, we will not be bewildered, we will not be cheated, my dear friends, if we have practiced remembering Krishna, if we have heard about Krishna. Krishna Varta, Krishna Kathamritam, clearly said, Uttama Shloka Vartam, Jushatam Tat Kathamritam. Jushatam, you have to be engaged in Tat Kathamritam, Krishna Katha, Tava Kathamritam, Tapta Jivanam. Purport. The highest perfection of life is attained by remembering the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna at the last moment of one's life. Ante Narayana Smriti. Haribo. Ante Narayana Smriti. At the time of death, Antakale Chamameva Smaran Muktva Kalevanam. We have to remember Krishna. That is the highest perfection. The highest perfection is attained by remembering Krishna at the time of death. Last two sentences. For a common man, it is very difficult to remember things as they are at the time of death. But by the grace of Lord Krishna and by the grace of Krishna's bona fide devotees, the pure devotees, the spiritual master, our Guru Varga, one can get this opportunity of remembering Krishna at the time of death without difficulty. Tasyaham sulabha partha. Sulabha partha. And it was done in the case of Maharaj. There are so many examples like Maharaj Parikshit, who teach us the art of dying, my dear friends. Art of dying. How we are supposed to die. Art of living, if practiced properly, then that is the art of dying. What is the art of writing the exam nicely? To prepare throughout the semester. That is the art. Tavat kalirna prabhavet pravishto piha sarvataha yavad isho mahan urvyam abhimanyava ekarat. As long as the great powerful son of Abhimanyu, son of Abhimanyu, Maharaj Parikshit, remains the emperor of this world, Ekarat, remains the emperor of this world, Tavat Kalir na Prabhavet, Pravishto. Till that time, Kali has no chance to enter or flourish. Haribol. Shri Suta Goswami is declaring, as long as Maharaj Parikshit is there, Kali cannot enter and show its effect. Purport. As we have already explained, the personality of Kali had entered the jurisdiction of this earth long ago. And he was looking for an opportunity to spread his influence all over the world. But he could not do so satisfactorily due to the presence of Maharaj Parikshit. Haribol. Tad bhakta prabhopihi. That is the prabha of Krishna's devotee. Kali was there. As soon as Krishna left, Kali came. But he could not exert his influence because of the presence of Maharaj Parikshit, who is a pure representative of Krishna. Yasmin ahaniyar eva bhagavan utsasar jagam tadaivehanu vrittosh sav adharma prabhava kalihi. The very day and the very moment the Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, Bhagavan Utsasar Jagam, the very moment when Krishna left this earth, Utsasar Jagam, left this earth, that very moment the personality of Kali appeared in this world. And who is Kali? Kali is one who promotes all kind of irreligious activity. Adharma prabhava Kali. Kali, who increases adharma, came the very moment when Krishna left this earth planet to return to his spiritual world. Abhinnatvan nama naminu. Krishna's naam, his personality, his qualities, guna, rupa, swarup, they are non-different. The personality of Kali was not able to enter the jurisdiction of earth due to the presence of the personality of Godhead Krishna. And similarly, if an arrangement for the constant chanting of the holy names, qualities, etc. of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is there is no chance at all for the personality of Kali to enter. Therefore, Kirtanya Sadahari. You have to be always engaged in Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Otherwise, we will be overcome by Kali. Text 7. Nanudveshti Kalim Samrat Sarang Ivasarabhuk Kushalan Ashu Siddhyanti Netarani Kritaniyat. Maharaj Parikshit was a realist, like the bees who only accept the essence of a flower. Saragrahi. Maharaj Parikshit knew perfectly well that in the age of Kali, auspicious things produce good effects immediately, whereas inauspicious acts must be actually performed to render effects. So he was never envious of the personality of Kali. This is so beautiful. Are you relishing? Maharaj Parikshit did not have a grudge against Kali. Maharaj Parikshit did not have a grudge against Kali. Listen to this. Why? Kali Yuga ek punita prabhava. Manasa punya hoye nahi papa. Goswami Tulsidas ji has sung Kali Yuga ek punita pratapa. Kali Yuga ka ek bahut बढ़िया सा एक प्रताप है. क्या है? मानस पुण्य है नहीं पापा. मन से आप पुण्य कर सकते हो, लेकिन मन से पाप नहीं कर सकते. देखो, in Kali Yuga, if you think of some pious activity with your mind, you get the pious credits. मानस पुण्य है नहीं पापा, but you cannot do pap. If by thinking of something sinful in Kali, if that sin counted, Hare Krishna, khatam ho gaya. But this concession is given in Kali Yuga. In other yugas, it is counted. You think ill of somebody, you get that sin. In Kali Yuga, you think well of somebody, you get the punya. But you think ill, you don't get papa by thinking. Kali Yuga eka punita pratapa. Manasa punya hai nahi papa. Man se punya hota hai, man se pap nahi hota. Prabhupada explains in the purport. The age of Kali is called the fallen age. Yes, it's the iron age. Satya Yuga is golden age, Treta Yuga is silver age, Dwapar Yuga is copper age, and Kali Yuga is iron age. The age of Kali is called the fallen age. In this fallen age, because the living beings are in an awkward position, the Supreme Lord Krishna has given some special concessions, special facilities to all of us. What is that? So by the will of Lord Krishna, a living being does not become a victim of a sinful act until the act is actually performed. Okay. In other ages, simply by thinking of performing a sinful act, one used to become a victim of that act. Dekho, in the other ages, but not so in Kali Yuga. On the contrary, a living being in this age of Kali is awarded with the results of pious acts simply by thinking of them. You simply think that I will go to the banks of Yamuna. Today only I was telling one devotee. You just, every day Yamuna Ashtakam we are saying, you just think of going to the banks of Yamuna and you get the credit of going to Yamuna. Tira Sangham Abhilashi Mangalanu Bandhini Mam Punatu Sarvada Ravinda Bandhunati. Tira Sangham Abhilashi. यमुना के तीर का संग करने की अभिलाषा रखने से मंगलानुबंधी, आपको मंगल हो जाएगा. अभी गए भी नहीं वृंदावन, अभी गए भी नहीं यमुना के तट पर, जस्ट ऐसा चिंतन किया, वी थॉट कि आई विल गो टू द बैंक ऑफ यमुना, बस यू गॉट द बेनिफिट. तीर संगमाभिलाषी मंगलानुबंधिनी, मंगल हो गया. माम पुनातु सर्वदा रविंद्र. देखो, दिस इज द पावर ऑफ कलयुग. Kali Yuga is a very good age actually. Kalir dosha nidhe rajam. It's an ocean of faults. Ek mahan guna, but there is a great quality of Kali Yuga. Kirtana deva Krishna sa mukta sangha param braje. Our mukta sangha Prabhu is there. He is the benediction of Kali Yuga. मुक्त संग प्रभु की जय हो. कलेर दोष निधे राजम अस्थियो एक महान गुण कीर्तना देव कृष्ण से मुक्त संग परम ब्रज. कितना सुंदर श्लोक है ये. सच अ ब्यूटीफुल वर्स. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. On the contrary, a living being in this age is awarded with the results of pious acts simply by thinking of them. Therefore, Parikshit Maharaj was not envious of Kali Yuga. He was not upset with Kali Yuga. He was not angry with Kali Yuga. आने दो Kali Yuga को. अच्छा है. बहुत सारे भक्त will go back to Godhead in Kali Yuga. More than other ages. Because with your mind, you cannot do any simple activities. To get pap karma, you have to actually perform the pap. But just by thinking of doing some punya, मैं donate करूंगा. जननीवास प्रभु आए हैं अमेरिका. I will give donation to TOUP. अभी दिया नहीं, but just by thinking हो गया. हरि बोल. So that doesn't mean we don't give. Krishna is giving. एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवान मां. इतनी कृपा है भगवान की, so we should also reciprocate. है ना? ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते. We should also tell Krishna. ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते ताम सदैव भजामि. I will reciprocate with your love, Krishna. एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवान मां. इतनी कृपा की है आप. नाम नामकारी बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति. तत्रार्पिता नियमित स्मरणेन काला. तो ठीक है, मैं भी हमेशा आपका निरंतर नाम लेने का प्रयास करूंगा. आईते शुईते यथा था नाम ले. देश काल नियम में सर्व सिद्धि है. So this is the glory of the age of Kali. Maharaj Parikshit knew this because Maharaj Parikshit was Saragrahi. He was Saragrahi. Saram ga eva Sarabhuk. Sarabhuk means Saragrahi. He was Saragrahi. He was concerned with the essence that yes, Kali Yuga has a very good effect. Naam is there. Further down, one can attain salvation simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna. Thus, Maharaj Parikshit made an organized effort to propagate the chanting of the Krishna's holy name, and thus he saved the citizens from the clutches of Kali. It is for this advantage only that great sages, sadhu mahatmas, sometimes wish all good for the age of Kali. Kali Yug Dhanya. Mahaprabhu Dhanya. Mahaprabhu Sankirtan movement Dhanya. This is Kali Yuga. Text 8. Kim nu baleshu shurena kalina dhira bhiruna apramattah pramatteshu yovriko nrishu vartate. Maharaj Parikshit considered that less intelligent men might find the personality of Kali to be very powerful, but that those who are self-controlled, dhira, those who are self-controlled, would have nothing to fear from Kali. King Parikshit was powerful like a tiger. Yo vriko nrishu. Vriko nrishu. He was powerful like a tiger. He was tiger among men and took care of the foolish, careless person. Baleshu. He took care of them. Those who are not devotees of Krishna are careless and unintelligent. Namam dushkritunu. Mudha prapadyante naradam. Those who are not devotees of Krishna, they are living life in a very careless way, isn't it? Are they not living dangerously? Those who are not devotees, they are not wearing tulsi kanthi, they don't have urdhva puntra tilak, they are not chanting Harinam with their tongue. Very dangerous life they are living. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So they will fall prey to Kali, Prabhupada writes. But those who are devotees, they will survive. Text 9. Upavaranitam etadvaha punyam parikshitam maya vasudeva kathopetam akyanam yat apricchata. Shri Sutta Goswami said, O sages, as you did ask me, now I have described almost everything regarding the narrations about Lord Krishna in connection with the history of the pious king Maharaj Parikshit. Punyam Parikshitam, the pious story of the divine character of Maharaj Parikshit, I have already discussed in relationship to Krishna. Vasudeva Kathopetam, in connection with Krishna. Akhyan, have spoken. How? Yat aprichyata. Just like you have asked me. You asked me about Maharaj Parikshit, I spoke. Srīmad Bhāgavatam is the history of the activities of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is words spoken by Krishna. Srīmad Bhāgavatam is about Krishna. And always Krishna Leela happens in relationship with Krishna Bhakta. Krishna's pastimes are always connected with Krishna's devotees. Therefore, the history of the devotees is not different from the history of Lord Krishna's activity. Haribol. So, Prabhupada Leelamrita is Krishna Katha. Yes. Our Vaishnava Charitavali, it is Krishna Katha. A devotee of Krishna regards both the activities of Krishna and those of his pure devotees on an equal level. Prabhupada is saying, Krishna Katha and Bhakta Katha, equal. Prabhupada is saying, a devotee of Krishna regards both activities of Lord Krishna, Krishna Leela, and those of his pure devotees, Bhakta Charitra, on an equal level, for they are all transcendental. All transcendental. Last verse. Ya ya katha bhagavataha kathaniyoru karmanaha guna karma shraya pumbhi samsevyas ta bubhushubhi. Those who are desirous of achieving complete perfection in life must submissively hear all topics that are connected with the transcendental activities and qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who acts wonderfully. Krishna acts wonderfully. Katha Bhagavataha. The systematic hearing. So those who are desirous of achieving complete perfection, those who want complete perfection of life, must submissively hear. Kathani yoru karmana. One has to hear the Bhagavata Katha. Katha Bhagavata. Krishna Katha we have to hear with submissiveness. The qualities of Krishna. And how is Krishna? One who acts in a very transcendental way. Very transcendental way. Uru Karmana. Krishna activities are Uru Karmana. They are very great activities, not like our mundane activities. Purport. The systematic hearing of the transcendental activities, qualities, and names of Lord Shri Krishna pushes one towards eternal life. Systematic hearing means knowing him gradually in truth and fact. And this knowing him in truth and fact means attaining eternal life, as stated in Bhagavad Gita. Janma karma shame divyam evam tyaktva punarjanmanaiti mameti swarjuna. So this is the power of hearing Krishna Katha. So we covered 10 verses from verse number 11. So Shukdev Goswami spoke. Now verse number 11 onwards, the Shaunakadi Rishis are going to speak. And they will ask about Maharaj Parikshit. And then we'll see how Maharaj Parikshit was cursed by the son of a Brahman, Shringi. Granthra Srīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Krishna Katha ki jai, Krishna Leela ki jai, Krishna Naam ki jai. Itai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Any questions or? Yes, Divya Mataji, please go ahead.
I have two questions. Could you explain the position of Mata Parvati? Since she is Vaishno Devi, does she play a role in Krishna Leela? And also, I heard you say that you find it surprising how somebody can be fearless when they are dying. So generally, when people are about to die, like, what's their frame of mind? Are they like fearful, or are they delusions or unconscious? Could you speak a little bit more on that?
Yes, Mataji. So, Hare Krishna. The first question about Srimati Parvati Devi, one of her names is Vaishnavi. She is Krishna's very, very confidential Krishna's sister, or Krishna's very confidential energy. The Bahiranga Shakti, Adhishtatri Devi, Srimati Parvati Devi. And in many scriptures, in Srimad Bhāgavatam 10th Canto, in the beginning, Krishna calls Durga Devi and tells her the external energy to transfer Shri Baldev Prabhu from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Srimati Rohini Devi, from Shri Devaki Rani to Shri Rohini Devi. So all these confidential activities are performed by Mother Parvati. In Navadvip Dham Mahatmya also, there is a very beautiful conversation between Parvati Devi and Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Parvati Devi that you are my Radharani. In the spiritual world, I am always with Radharani. And that Radharani is one transformation, one expansion, is you in the material world, O Parvati. Don't cry. Don't feel bad that you are always keeping living entities in this material world by testing them and they are repeatedly failing your tests. That is your service, to train them to come to the spiritual world. You are my Radha in this material world. So Radharani is Krishna, Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shakti Man, Dui Vastu Bheda Nahi Shastrera Praman. Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shakti Man, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita says. So Radharani is the source of all energies. So like that. So Mother Parvati is very confidential, and yes, she's always involved in the different pastimes of Krishna. So yes, the answer is yes, she's always there. And as the second question about my experience with people who are about to die, as a physician, I have seen hundreds of people die. I have seen devotees also. I have seen faithful Christians die. And I have seen patients in general die. Generally, patients are very much afraid of death. They want to avoid it. They don't want to talk about it. They have different defense mechanisms how to deal with it. Some don't want to talk about it, don't want to hear about it. They tell, don't tell me anything, just talk to my children or talk to my spouse. They don't want to hear it. It's too disturbing. Or they desperately, in the name of fighting, you have to fight, don't give up. In the name of fighting, they will just want everything done, even when it is medically futile. And they will just keep going. And then I have seen some faithful Christians who I have seen, they have embraced death quite fearlessly. I have seen that also. And then I have seen the devotees who actually celebrate death, because death means the meeting with Krishna. And paramo labh, uttama shloka darshanam. The ultimate gain in life is to have Krishna darshan. And devotee has Krishna darshan at the time of death, because Krishna is coming in the form of death. So I have seen all of that. But generally speaking, if one doesn't have bhajan bal, one doesn't have the foundation of Vaishnava Siddhanta, the understanding of the proper philosophy of Krishna consciousness, then one is very fearful at the time of death. For example, when His Holiness Kadamba Kanand Maharaj had colon cancer, his colon was obstructed by the tumor and things were not passing through easily. So Maharaj happily gave up eating. He was only drinking water last so many days, and he happily gave up his body to go back to Godhead. Whereas I have seen patients in exact similar situation, they will want a diverting colostomy done so that they can still eat and they can still pass stool and continue eating and continue living. They will try experimental treatments and so many things they will do just to artificially prolong life. It's a personal choice. But the point is, they are hoping against hope that death will not come. Hoping against hope that death will not come. And our Shastra says that it is a sacred duty of a person to save one's life when life is in danger. And that is true. That's why we try to get it treated. But when we see that there is no treatment, then we should accept it as Krishna's will and prepare to meet Krishna. Two examples are there. Example of Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. When he was diagnosed with melanoma cancer, he tried every treatment. He even underwent amputation of his leg. He went to Arizona, tried integrative medicine. He even went to Mexico to try some unconventional medicine. He went to India to try Ayurveda, tried homeopathy, tried so many different modalities of treatment to cure his melanoma. But when it was revealed that it has already spread and now there is no treatment, he accepted that. Similarly, His Holiness Kadamba Kanand Swami Maharaj, he tried to get it treated. his colon cancer. But when he realized that it is untreatable, it's incurable, it's already metastasized, already spread everywhere, he accepted that. So one should reasonably try to fight the diseases. In fact, our Shastra says 3 things should never be neglected. 3 things should be dealt with immediately. What are they? Number 1 is debt, udhari. Number 2 is a fire in the house. And number 3 is a disease in the body. So if there is some ailment in the body, we should deal with it immediately. We should not take it lightly. But when we realize that it is incurable and it is not reasonable to fight with it, then we accept it as Krishna's will and prepare to meet Krishna. That is the wise thing to do. So as long as it is reasonable, we try to cure it with the best of our ability. But when we see that something is not curable, then we don't go berserk or we don't become completely obsessed with trying to find a cure, because ultimately there are some things that can be cured, there are some diseases that cannot be cured. And we just do our best, and when we get indication that Krishna is calling, we just prepare to meet Krishna. So I hope that answered your question, Maharaji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I was wondering, like, Gopeshwar Mahadev, he resides in Govardhan. So, like that, is Mother Parvati also somewhere like we know Gopeshwar Mahadev, he's closely related to Krishna pastime, and he's residing right there, next to Govardhan, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Gopeshwar Mahadev is in Vrindavan.
Okay. He's not in Govardhan? I remember seeing a temple of Lord Shiva.
No, there are many temples of Lord Shiva in Vrindavan. There are many forms of Lord Shiva. There is Chakleshwar Mahadev, there is Gopeshwar Mahadev, there is Dhameshwar Mahadev. There are different forms of, there is Asheshwar Mahadev, Nandeshwar Mahadev, like that. Different forms are there. But Gopeshwar Mahadev is in Vrindavan.
Okay, so like that, is Mother Parvati also somewhere?
Yes, Mother Parvati is also there. There are temples of Mother Parvati. There are stories of Mother Parvati also. And she is always assisting the devotees in their seva to Krishna. For example, in Gaur Leela, there is Shri Sita Thakurani. So this Sita Thakurani is a form of Mother Parvati, because Advaita Acharya is Sadashiv also. Similarly, in Jagannath Puri, Subhadra Devi, the sister of Jagannath, younger sister of Krishna, is a form of Parvati Devi, Yogamaya. And in Vrindavan, Shri Purnamasi Devi, who is Yogamaya, is a manifestation of the same Shakti, Shri Parvati Devi, the Yogamaya. So, Mother Parvati, yes, to the conditioned souls, she may appear as Mahamaya, but actually she is a very confidential maidservant of Krishna. And she appears wherever Krishna is, whichever dham. If Navadvip dham, she is there as Sita Thakurani. Jagannath Puri, she is there as Subhadra. Vrindavan, she is there as Purnamasi. These are all different services of Srimati Parvati Devi. She is not away from Krishna. In the Mahamaya form, yes, she is in the material world. Jaha Krishna taha nahi Maya Radhikar. But it's not like that. And she is there in Simant Dweep, in Navadvip, in Mayapur Dham. Simant Dweep. That is her island, one of the 9 islands, island of Mother Parvati. So, and Purnamasi, she is a form of Mother Parvati in Shri Vrindavan Dham as Yogamaya. Is that okay? Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Last question, Sarojanandini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. I just had a clarification about the point that you were mentioning, that Kali Yuga has a special quality that just by thinking about something good, something devotional, you get the credit, and by thinking bad, you don't get any papa for that. So you were quoting a verse in relation to this, and I was wondering where you quoted it from. I just wanted the reference.
That is from Goswami Tulsidasa's Shri Ramcharitmanas. Kaliyug ek punit pratapa, manas punya hoy nahi papa. Like that.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Last question, Smita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Prabhu, in the text 7, we read that by chanting the holy name of the Lord itself, one can attain salvation. And then so is the beauty of age of Kali. But it's also true, right, Prabhu, that us in this age, we are not even in that state to even attain salvation because of all the difficulties that we face. So in other yugas, maybe it was difficult to attain salvation, but maybe their circumstances were a lot better. Is that what we can infer from it, or we should not really relate in that manner?
No, actually, Kali Yuga is the best yuga. This is the opinion of the Acharyas, and I'll tell you why. See, if a mother has 4 children and one child is no problem, is doing well. Second child has some difficulty. Third child is a little bit more difficulty, but fourth child has got too many problems. He is not able to eat, he is not able to sleep, not able to walk, vomiting, just too many issues going on. Who will the mother give most mercy to, most attention to?
The fourth child.
Fourth child, and that is Kali Yuga. They are so much trastra in Kali Yuga. Kalera dosha nidhe rajan. We are so much suffering in Kali Yuga. Prayana alpayush sabhya kala vasmin yuge jana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya upadruta. Itna, so much upadruta, so much disturbance is there. Manda bhagya, we are all unfortunate. Lifespan also less. We are going to die early. So then Krishna bada dayamaya. Krishna is very merciful. So he gives special concessions in Kali Yuga. That just Kritaya dhyayato Vishnum. What fruit you got by thousands of years of 60,000 years of meditation in Satya Yuga. Kritaya dhyayato Vishnum. Tretayam ereto makhai. In Treta Yuga, elaborate sacrifices spanning over weeks. Pure gold, pure ghee, pure Brahman, pure mantra ucharan. What result was obtained by performing elaborate, complicated, highly technical yajnas in Treta Yuga? Dwapare paricharyayam. And in Dwapar Yuga, very pure way, with Bhut Shuddhi, Sthan Shuddhi, Deha Shuddhi, Chitta Shuddhi, you perform deity worship with purity, with pure ingredients in the temple, with proper all the upcharas and everything, all the mantras, all the mudras. You perform the deity worship in the temple. Dvapare paricharyayam. That same fruit, same result you get in Kali Yuga. Kalau tad hari kirtanat. Kya lagta hai? Just take kartals in your hand and just, or if you don't have kartal, just with your kartal, just your hands. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just Naam. Kritaya dhyayato Vishnum, Tretaya nirato makhaye, Dvapare paricharyayam, Kalautad, Hari Kirtana. So simple. In Kali, just by doing Hari Kirtan, you can get that same benefit. Isn't this a concession? So Kali Yuga is definitely the best age. And imagine if we were in any other yuga, we would never have known about Shripad Madhavendra Puri, never known about Kirchar Gopinath, never known about Sri Ishwar Puri Pad, never heard about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, never heard about Rup Sanatan Raghunath, Bhatta Raghunath, Das Raghunath, Gopal Bhatta, Jiva Goswami. Never. You would never know about the commentaries on 10th canto of Srimad Bhāgavatam written by Srila Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. We'll never know the songs of Narottam Das Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. We'll never hear about our Babajis, Vamchidas Babaji Maharaj, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. We'll never hear about the incredible personality called Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And we will never know about the Senapati Bhakta of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagat Guru, Srila Abhay Charana Arvinda, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. We'll never know. We'll never know about Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj. We'll never know about Sripad Ayendra Prabhu. Tell me which yuga is best. Kali Yuga. And which time of Kali Yuga is best? Now. This. No time better than this. We should consider ourselves most fortunate. And whatever we have, our Guru Varga, Srila Prabhupada, our Saraswat family, Bhakti Vinod Dhara, we should embrace it and make our life perfect. This is the best. Best age, best time of all times. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrit ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai. Hari Bol. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Nitai Gaur. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Just